guys, welcome back to another episode of FTB Sky Adventures with me. I am Haliee, and I am back after doing a crap ton of research. Oh my gosh, guys, this is going to be an epic episode. Well, it'll be an episode. Not sure about epic, but let's jump in and talk about a couple of things. First of all, I want to thank Miss Linda for reminding me that somewhere around episode 1, I think I may or may not have seen this. If I go down, remember we found the egg, the chickens. There's this ME chest here that has all of the presses that I actually need to get the ME system up and going. So we're going to do that in between episodes. But so I have the presses. I just did not remember, or I didn't see it. Well, I'll go back and watch episode 1 and 2. If I saw it, I'll let you guys know. Anyway, what we're going to do today, I've got the refined storage system up and going. I've got a bunch of little storage drives here because, hey, they're practically free. I just got those and I put all the stuff in the system. So we are good to go there. I want to work on the last liquid quest from these extra quests here because we got all these going. We got honey, we got sludge, ethanol, witch water, refined canola oil, creosote oil, liquid XP, but now we're going to make the you matter. No, you matter. No, you matter. You matter. Anyway, so let me get my notes out here because I did a crap ton of research, guys, and I'm actually quite proud of myself. Let me see if I can explain this correctly. In the pack, in the Industrialcraft mod, there is something called a, what is it called? A matter fabricator. So we need to make the matter fabricator, and this is made from glowstone, which we got. We can get that from EMC. It needs these advanced circuits, a Patron crystal, and 2 advanced machine casings. So we're going to go through the recipe for all these things. So we need 4 glowstone and 2 advanced circuits. The advanced circuits require 4 redstone, 2 glowstone, 2 lapis, 1 electronic circuit. The electronic circuit takes insulated copper wire, 6 of those, a redstone, a couple of pieces of redstone, and an iron plate. The insulated copper wire is just rubber, which is EMC, and copper cable. Copper cable is just copper plate and cutter. So we've made all that, so we should be good to go. So let's back up a little bit. So now we can make the electronic circuit. So now we should be able to make the advanced circuits, which because we just have all this stuff is EMCable. So the advanced circuits we have. That's the recipe, guys. I'm just going through the recipe so you guys know how we got there, the best way to actually do it. Now, if I go back here, so we need 2 of those advanced circuits. Very easy to make. The Patron crystal is what we need. That's actually made from lapis. You can actually use lapis dust, let this cycle through, but lapis dust has EMC, so that's the one we always go by. The advanced circuits, which I've already gone over. And this energy crystal. The energy crystal is made by making energium dust, whatever that is. You take 9 of those, you put those in a compressor, and the compressor is very easy to make. It just takes some kind of polished stone, a basic machine casing, which we're going to go over in a second, and another electronic circuit. Now, the dust, we actually need to make that. That's all EMCable with redstone and diamond dust. So you make a bunch of that, and that gives you 9 to start out with. And you're going to put that in the compressor, which is this recipe here that we already did. So the compressor is part of Industrialcraft, and we made that earlier. We had that outside. I actually brought all the machines. Remember, we did that like really, really early. Why is it always raining in this pack? But you need to make sure you make these little wrenches here from Industrialcraft because you can't break those machines. Because if you break the machines, you'll break your brain because it does not let you keep the machines if you break them without an Industrialcraft tool. So this wrench here is going to be your godsend. It's just made out of bronze ingots anyway. So very easy to make. All right, now let's go back to the recipe. So now the Patron crystal, again, you make that with the little advanced circuits with the energy crystal, and it makes you a Patron crystal. So got that, good to go. Now, the advanced machine casings are just made out of steel plates. And steel plates are EMCable. That's just a hammer on a steel ingot, so very easy to make. A basic machine casing, which is just iron plates, so that's really easy to make. And then carbon plates and advanced alloys. Advanced alloys are actually made from a mixed metal ingot. The mixed metal ingots are just the iron plates, bronze plates, and tin plates. You get all the plates, you take an ingot and you smack it with a hammer like that. Smack it with a hammer. And you get those and it gives you 2 of those. You put that into a compressor and it gives you the advanced alloy. So again, very easy to make. Just kind of follow JEI. JEI is wonderful for his complex recipes. The carbon mesh is a little bit more tricky. It actually, in the compressor, which is the machine we made earlier, you're going to need to have a raw carbon mesh. It's hard to say. And to get the raw carbon mesh, you need 2 of these raw carbon fibers. Why is it hard to say raw carbon? This is weird. Okay, so you get that by making pulverized coal. So you take pulverized coal, gets you a raw carbon fiber, take 2 of those raw carbon fiber to make a raw carbon mesh, put that raw carbon mesh in a compressor, and you get your carbon plates. And you use the carbon plates to make your advanced machine casing, and boom, got a matter fabricator. Everybody get that? You take notes? If not, you have to go back and watch the video. Anyway, so I have all of that set up over here. Now, the matter fabricator, so the matter fabricator is kind of a tool of a machine, is the best way I can say it. What it does, it just takes power and it turns power over time into UU matter. But it's really, really slow. Like super, super slow. It takes about 1 million EMC to make 1 millibucket of UU matter. Well, I ain't got all day. If you put scrap boxes in it, it kind of takes the time down from 1 million EMC to like 160,000 EMC. So what I've got here, if you guys don't remember, like episode 5, 6, 7, I don't know, one of those numbers here, I set up a way to automate scrap metal. Now, scrap metal is made from the recycler. It basically takes any material. For some reason, I had chose wood before because I think I had a wood chicken at the time. So it was very, very easy. But I've got my little log chicken here, pumping in to the recycler. I've got that recycler is powered by the generator. So Industrialcraft, it actually uses EU power. It does not use RF power, which is going to make this thing very tricky because as you can see, the generator only produces like 10 EU per tick. So I have that powering the recycler as well as the matter fabricator. That's why it's going so slow. This amplifier here, this goes down to 0 for every %. So to give you an idea of how fast or how slow it's actually going to go. Now, so I have, once it makes a scrap piece, I have that going up here into the crafter, and the crafter will craft the scrap into a scrap box. I've got this, what do I have this powered by? I don't think I have this powered by anything. It's got power in it right now. Probably should power that. Yeah, we'll do that. I need that for a second. We'll get power in it. But anyway, you have to power your scrap box, what is this thing called? A crafter to get the scrap boxes here. And I've got that automatically going into the matter fabricator, so it is producing some kind of power. So it is making UU matter, but is making it so slowly. So what I actually did, again, I did a lot of homework, guys. Since this only takes EU, I even tried to be like, maybe I can take these things and turn into EU. It will not connect to the matter fabricator. But there are additional items in here that do take power. So we're going to start with the back box here. This back box is power tier 1. This is me doing my research. You can see this actually outputs 32 EU per tick. So the recipe for the bat box, if you want to make it, is a couple of electronic circuits, stone pressure plate. No, wait. No. Bat box, sorry, is actually just putting planks and insulated tin cable. The insulated tin cable is made just like the copper tier cable, where you need to have some rubber or plastic and a tin cable, and take the tin cable by making a plate, cutting it with some cutters, and bam, you got yourself a doohickey. All right, then you also need to make these batteries. These batteries are made from tin casings as well as an insulated tin cable. Tin casings, instead of using those cutters on that plate, use a hammer on that plate and it smushes it down into your tin casings there. You put that with some redstone and you get yourself a battery. So you need 3 of those and you get yourself a bat box here. So this battery box has this little circle up front. It has around the other sides are just little zeros. This is actually the output. So what this basically is, you can put power into your battery box. So you can charge it up with a generator and it'll hold 40,000 RF in it, which is actually really good. It knows better than that, but it still only outputs 32 EU per tick. What's very actually wonderful about this is I can actually power this with RF. So remember these flux points, guys, I have power going into it. Hey, what do you know? It holds power. So awesome. Okay, so now I just wanted to see if I tested it out. So if I actually, oh crap, I was afraid that I broke it for a second because I'm supposed to use wrenches on these items. But anyway, if I put the bat box with the output facing the matter fabricator, it actually will work. So let's do this real quick. I want to put the back up against this. Let me just use this block here. And remember when I set it down, the circle was in front of me. Remember the circle's in front of me there. And actually if I click, there we go. Make sure I break it there. If I set it down here, the circle's now in front of this. And you can actually see it's actually going a lot faster because now it's receiving 32 RF per tick in addition to the little 10 EU per tick. So now it's receiving 42 EU per tick. So it's going a lot faster. You can see this amplifier is going down. When this reaches 100%, we'll get another millibucket. But it's still not fast enough. I'm like, 32 EU per tick. I mean, this thing is producing unlimited power. There's got to be a better way I can do that. So again, did some more research and there are actually different tiers of power. You can see that says power tier 1. There is also a power tier 3 and somewhere there's a power tier 2, but power tier 3 was actually very good because this outputs 512 EU per tick and it holds 4 million EU. Now that 512 is very important because the maximum amount of power that this matter fabricator can hold is 512. I'll tell you a story here in just a second. So if I actually put this next to here, again, if I set it down, you can see how the circle's right there. That means that circle is actually going to output on this side. So let me go ahead and pick that back up. So if I put that against this back piece there, it has a circle. Now it's not going any faster right now because this doesn't have any power in it. But if I break this and replace it with this, you can see it's filling up with power and look how fast it's actually going. Now, this is as fast as I think I can go right now, but it is producing, look, it's, again, once it gets 100%, it's going to add in another millibucket. Now, there is a faster item here. Again, this is called an MFE. I didn't even tell you what this guy's was. An MFE is a matter fabric, I don't know. It's some kind of thing that produces a lot of power. To make the MFE, you actually need to make a basic machine casing, which is just a bunch of iron plates. You need the 2 times insulated gold cable. What 2 times mean is that you take an insulated gold cable and then you insulate it again. So it's like a, you know, here you have a double dip chocolate. It's a double dip insulator. To get the insulated cable, you just take gold and you put some rubber around it. The gold cable is made by by cutting a gold plate with some cutter. So the insulated cable, the double insulated cable, along with those energy crystals we made earlier, will give you the MFE. So that's actually really cool. Again, it produces, or it outputs 512 EU per tick, and you can actually use your flux points, which are pulling in power, to put the power into here, which is now inputting power into the matter fabricator. How much matter we got now? We got 17 millibuckets. So much better than we had before. Now again, there is a tier 4 and it's called an MFSE. This actually outputs 2,048 EU per tick. Now, in my studies and the homework, I read that if you put more than 512 of power towards this matter fabricator, it will explode. And I just want to tell you guys, it was not lying. I had to test it out to be sure because I didn't want to test it out here. But you can see see this little hole area over here? This is where I did some testing. And yeah, it does explode. And yeah, I did lose a couple of animals in the process. But that's okay. You know, we'll get them back. They'll spawn. I'll go out and get some more or do something. Or we can actually create those. I think we can create cows and chickens or something like that. But it didn't touch my squid. So I was very lucky there. The explosion just kind of went here. But it took out this entire chunk. So keep that in mind. If you're using the matter fabricator, it can only hold or it can only transport or receive 512 before it explodes. So luckily I tested it before I tried to utilize it over here. Otherwise it would not have been pretty. All right, so we're going to let that just run and see if we can get, how much do we actually need? A stone drum, which is 16,000 millibuckets for $100. Now you can probably set up multiple of these matter fabricators. That's probably going to be the best option to do it, because we're producing 1 millibucket about every minute and 15 seconds or something like that. So just imagine the time it takes to make that. Even though this is a repeatable quest, it is a very long and tedious process to make. All right, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at what we're going to be working on next time. So again, that was my homework. I did a lot of research on that. I hope this helps anyone that's working through it. Thanks to you guys for telling me about the matter fabricator, and thanks to Google for telling me how it actually works. Now, what I'm going to be working on next time, if I go back to the magic tree, we have not started blood magic, and blood magic is actually one of my favorite magic mods next to Britannia. So we're going to look on this. We're going to need to make a rudimentary snare, which is actually very easy, and I wonder if they have EMC. They do. Okay, so that's just string, iron, and redstone. So basically you take a snare, you throw it at some mobs, which we might just make some wither skeletons. So we have our mob duplicator over here. Have we been to the nether? Yeah, we have been to the, did I make another portal? I thought, maybe we haven't been to the nether in this. We might go to the nether. You know what? Let's just visit the nether. I'm trying to remember if I've been to the nether in this pack. Obsidian. We'll find out, because if I go through the portal, I don't think I have. Let's see. Flint and Steel. Okay, obviously we have not, because I don't have flint and steel. Let me put this stuff up, because I've made everything I needed. We have all the materials here, and iron. Because I just wonder what kind of mobs are actually in the nether. That probably will make this a little bit just interesting. Wait a minute, how do I make flint and steel? Really? Flint and steel. That is made, yeah. Did I? Oh, I got quartz and rich iron. Okay, I was gonna say, wait a minute. I know I'm not crazy. Let's try this again. I just need an iron ingot, not a quartz and rich iron ingot. Okay. Now let's go ahead and make a flint and steel. I feel like I've never been to the nether before. And let's put this portal, let's just put this portal over here. All right, so we're going to do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, I'm short. I'm a little short. I should have just grabbed a whole stack of obsidian, because you can make it the portal. I usually actually try to like make it 3 wide just because of some symmetry. But let's see. Let's just hop in here real quick and just see what the nether looks like. I'm not sure if there's any particular achievements for the nether. I'm just curious if it's a sky block, if it's an actual world. Just want to see. It looks like it is a total sky block. Yeah. Total sky. So probably not going to be utilizing this for anything. Luckily we already have wither skeletons, so we're trying to go out and find them, because we can make that in the overworld. So anyway, so we're going to probably use our mob spawner here to make some guys, to put some snares on them, because you're going to use that to get the demonic will. So I need the demonic will to make the sentient sword, however you want to say it, to get all the materials that you actually need. So that's going to be very, very handy there. So yeah, I'm probably going to do blood magic. I'll probably set up my little platform out this way. Like I said, blood magic is a fun mod, and I need blood magic because in the repeatable quest down here, we need to make the transposition reagent. That's a hard thing to say, but I actually looked that up. See, reagents, transposition reagent is actually made from a teleposer. It's made in the Hellfire Forge, and we're going to need at least 200 will for each one of those. Wow. A teleposer, something I've actually never made. It's made with just some gold ingots and an ender pearl and a teleposition focus used to move blocks in the world. That's made with ender pearls into a tier 4 blood altar that takes 2,000 LP to do. So we'll go ahead and get that started next time to get what we need for that progress. Guys, I am going to go ahead and end the episode for right now. I do want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this episode informational. I think that's the word I'm trying to say. But yeah, so if you have any questions or comments or concerns, any tips, tricks, or techniques, or you just want to say hi, leave a comment down in the comment field and I will get back with you as quickly as I can. Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure you go ahead and click the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification bell to be notified when new episodes come out. And if you want to hang out with me or any of the other squad members, you can do so by becoming a Patreon. Make sure you click on the Patreon link in the description field to learn about all the awesome cool rewards that we have for you, such as hanging out with us on our Discord or hanging out with us on our servers. Now, if you want a server to play on with your friends, go to Host Havoc. Host Havoc is who we use for all of those Patreon servers I spoke about, and we use for our multiplayer series as well as the Patreon server so I just spoke about. Words are just like skipping my head. Anyway, guys, yeah, so, one thing I need to check. I have been submitting some of these quests, the repeatable quests up here for all the juices, and we currently have $3,500. We're on our way to $1 million, guys. We are going to have $1 million before the end of this episode. All I'm going to do is let some of these things run, get them automated, and I just, do like the Ronco, set it and forget it. Anyway, guys, until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.